Hello and welcome to today's edition of Tea with the Duchess, with me, your favorite hostess, the Duchess. And today is a very, very special one because I've got a lady with me who I consider a mentor and an inspiration. And wow, I don't even know where to start. I feel so honored to be able to interview this lady today. She goes by the name of Cllr Kate Anolue, and she is the mayor of Enfield. So let me just get straight into it. Hello, madam, and welcome to Tea with the Duchess.
Hello, good morning, Duchess. Thank you very much for coming here. I'm very honored to be with you this morning.
Oh, thank you very much. I know you're a very, very busy lady, and thank you very much for, taking your time out to speak to us today. So for our viewers out there, can you do a little bit of introduction of yourself? I know I've already introduced you as Cllr Kate Anolue and the mayor of Enfield. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
When you say a little bit, I don't know how much a little bit you want, but probably I'll try and make it quite brief. My name is Kate Anolue, and I'm a councillor in the London Borough of Enfield for the past 11 years. And at present, I'm the mayor of Enfield, and I think probably that's just a little bit. I'm a mother. I've got 4 children, and they're all grown. And I'm also, unfortunately, I'm a widow. I was widowed when my youngest one was 18 months old. That's 18 months, 5 years, 9 years, and 13 years. And I brought them up myself as a single mother. And also, I'm a midwife. And I've got, midwifery background of over 35 years.
Wow.
I worked at North Middlesex University Hospital. That was my first job because I trained there. And I would say that's my last job because I've given them, including my training, I've given them 40 years of service, which I was honored with award before I left, and also a good write-up on me as well, which was really nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. When you're saying 35 years, 40 years, my eyes lit up because you don't even look 40 yourself.
Oh, that is really, really nice. You've made my money, Duchess. You've made my morning, and I'm so pleased. And wow, that is really fantastic. I suppose in a way, sometimes we women, when we probably have children or get settled, we tend to forget ourselves. We tend to forget that you still need to groom yourself so as to please yourself. Our body is like a machine. And if you've got your car, you drive your car, you send the car MOT. Why? Because you want the car to be running very well. You've got a sewing machine, you oil it well because you want it to stitch your material very well. So likewise, our body, we need to look after our body, watch what we eat, also go to exercises in whichever way. If it's walking, swimming, anything, that is really good. For myself, I do a lot of that. I go swimming at least 3 to 4 times every morning. Just before you came, I've been to my swim, had my 32 lengths, which is half a mile.
Wow. And
then came out, got myself ready. I've already had my first meeting with the chief exec and my secretary. So really, it's a matter of how you want to see it yourself. I feel we should be able to look after our body, and that is really the main thing, and that's what I do. And I like gardening, I like dancing, I like all those little things, which helps. And I'm never on a diet, but I watch what I eat. That's the most important thing.
Wow. You mentioned earlier about you being widowed and you had to raise your children by yourself. A lot of people feel sometimes when they find themselves in some situations that kind of we could term as being difficult, they kind of give up and they don't do anything else with their lives, but you were able to still carry on. How did you manage to do that?
I think this is why I'm actually happy when I'm being interviewed, because when I'm speaking for every single woman and child, every female child, I'm speaking to them, because you find yourself alone, especially with children. Doesn't mean you have to give up. Doesn't mean you have to start doing things that really is not respectful of yourself because you find yourself in a certain position. for me, I thought the most important thing is to trust yourself. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, be determined, and be disciplined as well. And you get to wherever you want to do. And I think these are the basic factors that have helped me, to be able to raise 4 children, 18 months, 5-year-old, 9-year-old, and 13-year-old. And also, not only that, but maintain full-time job. I maintained my full-time midwifery practice because also I had wonderful managers. I always say, wherever you are, whatever work you're doing, try to have a good relationship with your colleagues, your employers, your employee, because you never know what will happen in the future. And I think I had that. So I had all the qualities that I needed that would help me, which I never thought that I found myself alone. So it was easy for me to maintain my full-time job because my manager listened to me and I said, I will do a full-time job, but this is what I need. What I need is to give me a timetable that will suit me, be able to come to work and be able to look after the children. And also, I had wonderful friends. It is important to have wonderful friends, trustworthy friends. A friend indeed is a friend in need. So I had them, and they had teenage daughters who were able to spend time with my children, especially if I'm a night on call, so that I can go to work feeling without any stress, knowing that my kids are being looked after by someone who cares. Those all the things that helped me, and I maintained my job. And I was very lucky. People always say, touch wood, maintain good health as well.
Good, yeah.
So really, those are the things, that I'm saying to anybody, whether you're divorced, whether you find yourself with children single, please don't give up. Please follow your mind and achieve what you are set for. Because all of us in this world, we all got destiny. And it's only when we work hard and carry on without giving up, we will achieve that destiny. It is all there. Everybody's sky is the limit, and everybody can get there.
Wow. That's very, very inspirational. About your role as a mayor, I know you do a lot of charity work. And one of the things that is at the heart of your work here is young people. And you've been doing a lot of work to try and get, young people to get, in the right way and just encourage them to be a bit more productive. And could you tell us a little bit about your work with young people?
Oh, young people have always been, can I say, they are right there in my heart at all time. And I think I got myself involved with the young people when I was studying law. Because when my youngest one was 8 years old, I did say, I've done what my daddy wants me to do. That is becoming a nurse. Now it's my turn. What is it I want to do? And I wanted to study law. So obviously when I was studying law, I worked with the young people. I studied with them. I actually made them to call me auntie instead of Kate. And some of them felt, we've left our mom to come into this place that is free, and now there you are. I said, well, you never know who you meet, but again, they enjoyed it. So I worked with them, and I really got, used to working with young people that I have very, very soft spot in my mind at all time. And when I hear about young people being demonished like they are demons, it really kind of upset me. But at the same time, you have those little ones, probably we always say that in my culture, you always say that if one finger soils with oil, it does drain right into the others, So this is what it is. You have one young person that have done some silly thing, got himself into crime and all that now, and then it affects every single one of them. And that is why I always think about them. I always live within the borough, make sure that we've got enough facilities for them, like youth centers. During this my mayoral year, I've been visiting the youth centers just to make sure and interact with them and ask them, what do you think about the council? Are you getting all the things that you need? Because what the young people are always saying is that we've got nothing to do, we are bored. So we want to make sure that they're very well engaged, because some of them, through the youth centers, they become the youth members as well. They become the men ones that are looking after the others, so they actually mature through that. And then they also, within the youth centers, they learn a lot of things, a lot of skills. Some of them are doing cooking, some of them are doing, things like artwork, and then they've got IT there, they've got, computers. So they learn and music as well, and hairdressing. We have got fantastic, youth centers for our young people here. And we enjoyed it. But the most ones that really young people that I'm particularly interested in as well are those young people who are in care. They're being looked after by the local authority, and they are the most vulnerable, especially when they leave local authority care. And that is within 16, 18 years. But you know very well that at that time, they're not really well matured, but at the same time, they are also, what shall I say? They are also expected to be out there in the community and being part of the community.
And fending for themselves.
And we forget that even those young people that have got parents, they still find it difficult. What more of these ones that have got no parents, and they are very vulnerable. And unfortunately, some of them, while they are seeking for their future, they meet up with, people who have dubious character, people who are rich and we don't know where they got their money from. And before you know it, they get into crime. And that is why people always say, all those children in care, they're always criminals. They are not. It's just the way that they've been left to fend for themselves, So really, those are the ones that I care also very much about. And I'm quite happy because Jermaine Defoe has got a project which is called 18 Project. And this is where I got the idea from. So what it does is that the money that we raise is used to build up training mentors. And these mentors are the ones that are going to, engage with these young people that are living care, just to guide them and be their role model and, make sure that they don't go onto the wrong track.
So, if anybody, listening or watching us and they want to be involved in your charity work or be a mentor, how do they get involved?
Yeah, they can get involved, so at the moment, the mentors that have been trained by, it was like 4 boroughs. That's Enfield, Barnet, Waltham Forest, and Haringey. Those are the ones, and those are the pilot ones. Okay. So what I'm doing now is that it has been very successful because throughout the 3 years, they've trained over 160 mentors. Wow. And what I intend to do is now to make sure that because it's a pilot, I want us to continue in Enfield. So what we're trying to develop now is Enfield one, not until we've raised some fund, and at the end of it, see what we've raised, and then we could be able to recruit mentors. Okay. Those to be trained, because it depends on the fund, and that's why I'm working hard, trying to raise that money.
Okay. Fantastic. I know people will be watching you and they're like, oh, wow, if she can be a mayor, maybe I myself can also be a mayor. So what processes would one have to go through to be able to get to where you are?
You have to be interested in the community. You have to be interested in people. Because I know that when I got involved, for me, I would say I've always got involved with the community because as a midwife, I worked as a community midwife. So I was delivering babies at home as well. And I also got myself, once you are out there working, you become part of the community, part of the family that you're looking after. So you're not only looking after the pregnant woman, you see, and it is through this, and I thought myself, they were asking me many questions, things like healthcare, environment, housing. And the only way I could get an answer for them is to come to the council, looking for the councillors in that area. And then I get an answer for them, then I take it back to them. And sometimes I get the telephone numbers, I get it for them to call. So at the end of it, when I finished my law degree, and I thought, instead of going into law, I still like delivering babies. So I think I maintain delivering babies. But what I would do is to use my legal knowledge to find something I can do. And I realized, I thought myself, it looks like every single MPs that I know, they're all lawyers. That is people working, working with the government. So it's either national government or local government. And I thought local government is easy where I can also maintain my midwifery job. And that is what led me to join many volunteer organizations. My first volunteer organization was Enfield Women Aid, that is dealing with domestic violence. And this adds together to my work as a midwife. I meet a lot of women who, because they build up confidence and trust you, and they tell me about the issues, the problem they're having. Again, I'm always like referring them. So I thought, why not be also one of the volunteers, and also Enfield Women's Center, they also deal with a lot of women issues. So I became a member as well there, so a volunteer member. And that is how it's a build-up, and we go to a lot of meetings. And I know that my friends have difficulty in getting me because I always say, oh, I'm going to meeting, I can't come out, I'm going to meeting. At a point they say, oh, Kate, all this meeting you're going, how much do they pay you? And I said, no, they don't pay me anything, but I am actually learning. I'm actually learning, and the things that I'm learning, it's like I learn this and I put it in the bag. So I'm bagging them. Maybe one day it's going to be useful for me, And then also at work, I use my legal knowledge to become the midwife steward. So I'm the Royal College of Midwife Steward. So that when they have a union rep, when they have problem, I'll help them and I support them, as well. So I'm using my legal knowledge, in politics, as well as in my midwifery. So I put it all out together, So this is what I was doing, and then gradually I thought myself, I've been getting this coming to ask and bringing back to my clients. I think I really want to be inside. So I started making inquiry about, I like politics, and I started making inquiry. And obviously you have to join a party, to take it from there. So I did ask myself, which of these parties that really I can affiliate to, that is the one that's got the value that I think is useful to me. So I joined the party, and with that, I became active as well there. I became the women officer because, again, women issues is so important to me. And also I became the BME, officer, which is, again, black and ethnic minority, because that's where I come from. So so that I'll be able to raise issues, or contribute to the issues that affects either the women or affects, the ethnic minority. So I became very active. And when there is things like conferences, I offer to go conference, I come back, I give reports. So I became active, something that I will be do. And normally people ask, how do you get the time? I say, well, you have to give up certain things.
True.
So I have holidays back at work. When I ask for holiday, I don't use it to go holiday. I use it actually, maybe it's conference, go to conference, and maybe I don't want to miss any meeting. I ask for a day off. Is also part of my holiday. Majority of my holiday, I use it really still working. Yeah, but again, I know that it's something that I like, that I'm doing. So that is how I build up. By 2001, they were getting ready for the first election, the local election for 2002. I was asked to put my name there. I said, no, I don't think I'm ready. Somebody said to me, Kate, you are very ready. I said, but I don't think, I wouldn't know what to be telling people. They said, but you've been doing that. You've been going out campaigning campaigning for the MP. And the same thing that you're talking about is the same thing that you'll be talking about as well. And this one, because it involves you, tell them you're a midwife. Tell them how you've been helping. Tell them how all the things that you've been doing. And I thought, okay, I'm going to have a go. So I had a go, so I was selected within the group. And then we all went out campaigning, and the area cover, I was campaigning for is Upper Edmonton, which have got about 6,000 residents, and you knock at the doors, all of them. And that's what I did, knocking at the doors. On the election day in May 2002, I won my first, council election.
Wow.
Yes, and I've won second time in 2006, and the third one in 2010.
Wow.
So I'm in my third term, So my 11th year now is, yeah. So
At
this
the
is
same
how
time, yeah.
I build up. And at the same time, I still, when I'm talking, I still make sure to say to the people, to everybody, I was still involved with my children. I still involved with my work, full-time at work. And the children, they were studying with me when I studied in law, so we're all role model to one another, you know. So
Yeah.
all those kids now, 4 of them, they're all university graduates, they're all working, you know. So, you know, and I made sure that every single parents' evening that I'm there, sports day that I'm there. And again, it's using my holiday, supposed to be my holiday from work. I just ask for the time off. You know, can I have a holiday, one day here, one day there? That's what I used it. I use it actually to make sure that I don't miss anything in the school, to make sure that the meetings that I committed myself into, that I do go. So, you know, that's how I build up. You've got to give up something.
True. You know, a lot of people use it as an excuse. I was raised by a single parent, and my parent was not there for me. Then, because of that, I'm not achieving. But it's good to see you and see that all your children are achieving, in as much as you're also there, trying to achieve for yourself. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of our interview, and I feel very, very inspired.
Thank you so much. I also feel very honored, you know, to give up your time to come to, you know, a civic center here to interview me. So I'm very honored, and I hope that the message goes out there. Like I said, everybody's got destiny, and everybody can make it. And before Obama said, I can, I've already said it.
Yes.
I can, and yes, you can.
Yes, we can.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. As you can hear it, yes, we can. I just have to say a very, very massive thank you to the Mayor of Enfield, Cllr Kate Anolue, for giving us this time to speak to us on Tea with the Duchess. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you guys are feeling very, very inspired. And whatever you're doing, stay blessed, but don't forget to check out exclusive pictures of today's show on www.brianphotographer.com, and also for all our other shows on www.duchesstv.com. Thank you very much and goodbye.